So if you saw this video where I shared the testimony of, hey, I got a new job, I'm leaving banking, and in fact, some of the people that when I updated my profile on LinkedIn, some of my friends that congratulated me, one of the things I was telling them is, thank God, though, I finally left banking. I am no longer in the banking sector. Thank God, help me to thank God, though, I have left the banking sector. I did not know that that's now a sin. Few weeks later, I'll pack those words and look at it and say, how I wish I did not say these words. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Christy and this is Christy's Pause. On this channel, I film content about faith and I live in Saskatchewan, Canada as new immigrants. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you are here. I'm so glad you decided to click on this video to watch. I hope it's worth your time. I hope it's worth your while. I hope you enjoy watching. I hope you are inspired, entertained, by watching this video. So if you are new here, after all those things I've said, the next thing I'm going to say is to tell you that you should click on the subscribe button because you really don't want to miss out of all the fun on this channel. One other thing I should tell you is that sometimes this girl used to speak bad English. Please, you need to carry your mind away from, just prepare your mind that sometimes she'll speak bad English. Because, for example, what is funds? One other thing is sometimes she catches herself speaking the bad English and she's able to correct herself. But sometimes she does not. She just speaks on and talk everything with the bad English and join everything together. So please, just prepare your mind that sometimes, once in a while, you might hear some bomb in the English. Don't mind it. So guys, it's a fun place to be. You really don't want to miss out of all the fun on this channel. So hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for subsequent videos because really, you don't want to miss out. So click it. And I also have about over 100 videos on this channel. So click, just scroll through. Once you are done watching this, scroll through all like other videos, and I'm sure one or two topics will catch your fancy and you can just click and watch, and I'm sure you're going to find other videos interesting. So thank you. And if you're returning since first, thanks for being here. Thanks for being amazing. I appreciate you being here a lot. Thanks for your support all the time. Thanks for coming to watch every time you see Christy's Pause has posted the video. Let us go and watch it. Let us go and see what she has to say today. Thank you. I appreciate that a whole lot. So today I want to tell you about that time that I, so if you are new here, you might not know that I'm on my second job in Canada. We got to Canada about a year ago now, and I was working in a bank. I worked in a bank for 6 months as a customer service representative, and now I'm on my second job. And guys, just in the first, I've been on my second job for a bit over 6. Is it up to 6 months? I'll do the calculation later. But just in my first few weeks of starting the second job, I wished I never resigned from my banking job. Why? Christy, what happened? If you saw this video where I shared the testimony of, hey, I got a new job, I'm leaving banking, and in fact, some of the people that when I updated my profile on LinkedIn, some of my friends that congratulated me, one of the things I was telling them is, thank God, though, I finally left banking. I am no longer in the banking sector. Thank God, help me to thank God, though, I have left the banking sector. I did not know that that's now a sin. Few weeks later, I'll pack those words and look at it and say, how I wish I did not say these words. Because guys, just few weeks after I started my new job, I started missing my banking job. Why? So when I, was in my banking job, I had this, it was like a free passage to, I was able to click, and this is not in any way to say that banking job is the best or my new job is the worst. I'm just sharing my experience, and from my experience, I've noticed that sharing my experience helps other people. So this is just me sharing my experience. I'm not trying to say one job is better than the other. I'm just sharing my experience. Okay. So when I started the first job, it was like clicking right away to make friends, colleague. It was easy to make friends. It was easy to make friends. Colleagues easily became friends at my first job. it was easy to get there. I did not have to drive long hours. It was like, even though I was taking the bus, it was like a 30 minutes with the bus. It was like a 30-minute commute time. And it was when I started this job that I actually started missing taking. When I told my husband I missed taking the bus, it was like, is this girl okay? It was just I was complaining that taking the bus wastes your time. You're always in the cold. You're always freezing. Now you're missing. What are we going to do to human beings that will satisfy them? So let me not digress. So like commute time was about 30 minutes, even though it was a bus. So if I was driving down, commute time was just about, say, 10 minutes or thereabouts. It was after I started this job that I started noticing all those things, that they were actually good things, guys. Like, and the fact that commute time was 30 minutes with the bus, I had time for myself in the bus too. I could read. So all the books I was taking from the library were not, I was not, since I started this new job, most times when I return the books I borrow from the library, I've actually not read them because I've not had time to read. Of course, I cannot read when I'm driving. And when I come back from work, the only thing on my mind is to cook dinner for my family and let me to go and sleep. Sometimes even the dinner, I'm like, what are people going to eat? By then they don't answer me. One ask, second ask. I have used the opportunity to say, you people did not cook, who answer me. I have run upstairs. I want to go and sleep. Cook dinner and go and sleep. So that's like, so reading as, so let me not just, talk too much about reading and all that. So it was easy to make colleagues, became friends easily. Commute time was not that bad. I had time a bit to do some me time, some me things without me having to focus on driving on the road. And it was kind of engaging for me. For someone that was coming from working, I was also working in a bank in Nigeria. I worked in a bank in Nigeria for, was it 9 years? I think 9 years or thereabouts before I left Nigeria. So for someone that worked in a bank for, say 9 years, I was in the business. I was doing a job that afforded me the opportunity to talk to people, interact with people. There's never a shortage of people to talk to when I was even in the bank back in Nigeria. And even here, as someone in the bank, there's always activity. Like, there's always something going on. There's always somebody to talk to. There's always somebody that wants to do a transaction. There's always, your colleague that wants to do something for them. There was always activity. And I got to this new job. So I got to this new job and I found it very, very boring. Like, I hardly see customers. Customers come in maybe twice in a week. Or I don't know, it's like very, very rare that you see customers working. Your colleagues are just focused on their computers, working, and you have to be very, very intentional to actually have discussion with your colleague. It's not something that happens naturally, like, because you are busy. So discussion is not what you want to do. It is focused on your work that you want to do. And this is not to blame anybody, because it's even you too that you are thinking of having a discussion. You are also busy. You also want to get your job done, and you're also thinking of the commute time, like the time it will take you to drive. So you want to finish your work as fast as you can, so that by the time you close, you are actually closing. You don't have, of course, you still have some things to do. Your job, you cannot finish the work in a day, right? But you want to finish what you're supposed to do for the day before you head home. So there's hardly time for you to come and start discussing. And I also noticed that because of the fact that it is like, as much as there were no customers coming in, the work was very busy. So I discovered that some people eat lunch on their desk. Like, they don't go for lunch. Where I was coming from, that your 1 hour, if it is the day your shift allows you to take 1 hour break, you will have your 1 hour break. They will like tell you, have you gone for your break? Go for your 1 hour. If they want you to cut that 1 hour short, it will be with can you please just shorten it? We need you to be back. Like, your 1 hour, you have to take it. Like, it was like a compulsory thing. Go and take your 1 hour break. But when I got here and I see people working on their desk, I'm like, I hope I'll not go for lunch and these people will not think that this girl is not a serious gay. So, and the fact that, one of the things I said earlier was, at my first job, it was easy for colleagues to become friends and all that. Because of the busy schedule, I'll just say it's because of the busy schedule. It was not easy here in this second job for colleagues to become friends, because there's no time to, have chit chats that will help you bond and all that. So it was also not easy for colleagues to become friends. So I was like, and other things apart from these things I've mentioned happened that I will not be mentioning in this video because of what I'll not just be mentioning it. But other things happened and I was like, oh no, I think I've made a mistake. And guys, in the third week or thereabouts, before I worked there for 1 month, before my 4th week of working in my present company, I started looking for a new job. Before I was 1 month, before I clock 1 month, I started looking for a new job. And I'll go to work, I'll be like, no, this job is not for me. I'll be like, no. Like during the day, I'll just be like, no, this job is not for me, this job. And because of the fact that I found it boring, there was no interaction, I just had to face my computer. Most times I feel sleepy. Like it never happened with my job in the bank. Like the only time I felt sleepy was like in my first 2 weeks that I was training. And that time I was, training is you watch video of preloaded trainings and all that. So those trainings were boring to me. So that was the only time. After that time, like it was like I was having fun. Like that's where I will put it. I was enjoying myself and all that. So I was just looking at myself like, why did I leave that job that I was enjoying so much? Because of course, if you remember that video of I was looking for a job, I just felt like it's not a place I wanted to stay for long, because it was like, okay, like the beginning for me, and the beginning is not a place where you should stay for long, Abby. And I was asking myself, why did I leave that job I was enjoying so much to come to this place that I was actually struggling, guys. And I regretted leaving my bank job. I was like, why did I leave? Why did I leave? Why didn't I just stay maybe a bit longer? Maybe I should have even. And at this point, at the point where I was, the 3rd week, 4th week of my resuming, I started looking for another job. I'm not coming here to tell you guys because you guys will feel like, is it not how many days ago that this girl came to share testimony that it was God that helped her to get this job? God helped you to get a job, and in 4 days, in how many days you're looking for another one? So I didn't actually come here to share with you that I was looking for a job, but guys, I started looking for another job in the 3rd, 4th week of starting this new job. And really, anytime I go to work, during the work day, I'll be like, this job is not for me. I shouldn't be here. This job is not for me. This job is not for me. And the same way, maybe you have also done something, you have also taken a step. And every time you think about where you are coming from and where you are right now, you feel like, why did you leave that place? Why are you here? How did you get here? Whether it is a marriage that you feel like I shouldn't have married this person. And you think of your ex that you felt like if you had married that person, maybe your life will have been better. Or maybe it is a job like me that you feel I shouldn't have gotten this job. I shouldn't have applied to this job. Or maybe, there are a lot of steps. Maybe there's a step you've taken and you're looking at yourself, looking at where you're coming from and where you are right now, and you're saying, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't be here. Why? How did I get here? How? I kept asking myself how I got here. Like, how? What was I thinking? And then at some point I was like, God, was this the job I was praying for? I had God that question. Because what I shared in my in my video of when I got that job was it before I got here or just after I got here? I heard so much about this company, the one I'm working with right now, and it was a place I wanted to be in. Like, it was like, when I got that job, it was like a dream come true, a big prayer that God answered. And during this first few weeks, I started asking God, Father, was this the job I prayed for? Like, was this what I prayed for? This is not what maybe this is what I prayed for, but it was because I did not know what was, like, how it is. I'd never experienced it before. So if this is what I prayed for, God, I think I made a mistake in praying for this job. Yes, I actually told God, it was like, praying for this job was a mistake. I shouldn't have actually been here. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't have applied to this job. I shouldn't have, prayed to be here. I shouldn't have made efforts to be here. Maybe you actually prayed for this thing and it's not working out the way if I prayed for this thing, then it should work out. There shouldn't be all this kind of, that was me. I actually prayed for this. Like, in fact, I shared testimony. I shared testimony about this thing. How do you now come back to say that's what I shared testimony about? So it's like, I did not pray properly. It's like that prayer, the answer to that prayer. But then, like I said, I started looking for actively. I started actively looking for, and when I say actively, I check on Indeed, like every day, to see what are my options, what can I apply to. And I was seeing jobs, saving jobs, even sometimes during my lunch, the few time I could take for lunch. As I'm eating and I'm checking Indeed to see what are my options, what can I apply to, what are the things I can, apply, where can I get, let me start looking. And during my morning devotion one morning like that, I was just like, God, I'm looking for another job. So all this by looking for work, I don't go back to the person that JB was the one that answered the prayers of, I want to work in this place. I didn't actually go back to God to say, God, this job, this prayer that you answered, I'm not sure that I wanted you to have answered that. I did not go back to God. But it was just in my morning devotion one day, I was just like, God, I started looking for, as if it did not know. As if God does not know. And then I'm not looking for another job, but this job is like, it's just wrong. It's like a step I shouldn't have taken. And as I'm saying this, I want you to also be thinking of, those steps you assumed you shouldn't have, or you feel like right now you're feeling like these steps I shouldn't have taken it. It could be your marriage. And I don't know why I keep talking about marriage. Like, marriage keeps coming. Like, it could be your marriage that you feel like this step, you shouldn't have taken it. Like, this marriage, you shouldn't have, gone into it. And it's even possible that before you got into this marriage that you are thinking of, you shouldn't have gone into it. Before you got into it, you prayed. You got go ahead from God. You got confirmation, You got people, you got confirmations. You got go ahead. You got, like, this step you took was actually in obedience to the instruction you got from God. It's possible, like, you took this step in obedience to God, but it's still not working out. And I'm wondering, have I not hear well any? Have it this prayer that it was answered? Maybe it was not God that answered it. Maybe it was the devil that answered. Did you pray to the devil? So, and during my, when I just said that, like, as I was praying, because sometimes my prayers can be like that. I started looking for another job. That was prayer. And, as some of the things I do during my morning devotion, sometimes I will not say I'm in a hurry. Sometimes I'm not conscious enough to do it, but sometimes I do is when I'm in. Hi, I'm filming a video. Do you want to come back? Do you want to go and watch cartoon? I have a visitor. A guest on the channel. I'll say hello.
Hello.
Hello. you. Say bye. Bye. What's his hand to show? Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow. Love you. Don't you can watch your cartoon now? Thank you. Yeah, so I was saying that some of the things that like there are times I do this, and it is during my devotion I kind of I have a notebook where I write. I call it our conversation. So I wrote it down, like I was just writing down like the conversation we were having, the instruction I was getting, and then I just I just heard, stop looking for a new job. That is out of, is it anxiety? What was it? I think it was anxiety. I will look for that. My notes, and maybe snap, if I can snap just that part and put it on the screen here. Stop looking for a new job. I was like, stop looking for, Father, this job, I don't understand it. Like, how do you want me to see? Why do you want me to stop looking for a new job? Like, there are jobs, and actually, when I was checking Indeed, I was seeing jobs like better paying, closer to my house, like all the things that I was not enjoying in this one. Like, I could see that I could enjoy it in other jobs. Let me find other jobs. And I got the instruction, stop looking for a new job. It is out of, I think it's anxiety. I'm like, okay, stop looking for a new job. But this job is so not for me. And I just want to. So at that point, I decided, okay, stop looking for a new job. I'll stop looking for a new job. And right now, I think I've been on this job for how many months now? For a couple of months, and I've started enjoying the job. Can somebody praise the Lord with me? I've actually started enjoying working here. Like, all the things that I had as complaints before, some of those things are still there. Maybe not, is it complaints? Some of the things that are not convenience, some of the inconveniences I had that when I compared to my previous job were inconveniences. Like, I was convenient in the other one, I'm not convenient here. They are still there, but I started enjoying the job. I started going to work, and it's not like I'm telling myself, this job is not for me. This job, really. I was at that point where I'll just be saying, this job is not for me. This job is not for me. This job is not, like, I shouldn't be here. This job is not for me. Like, I say that under my breath when I'm working, because I'm just feeling so out of place. So, like, this is not where I should be, kind of thing. But right now, I started enjoying the job, and at this point, I don't feel like regrets, so to say. I felt it at some point, like, really badly. But right now, I don't feel so bad about working here. I've started enjoying the work. I don't tell myself I shouldn't be here anymore. And this is just me encouraging you to take your regrets to God. Like, if there's any step you have taken, and right now you are in a place of feeling like you shouldn't have taken that step, you feel so much regret, like you feel so sad that you took that step. You feel, anytime you remember that you had an opportunity to take another step and you took this one, you feel pain in your heart. I think you should. I'm encouraging you to take that pain, that regret to God. Let him lead you. Let him tell you the next step. Because something I'm sure of is, scripture says in Romans chapter 8 verse 28 that, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. We know that in all things, in your mistakes, in your obedience, in your disobedience, in your regrets, in your pain, your odds, your obedience that does not look like the results, is not looking like obedience results, everything, the scripture says all things. All things. There are even sometimes that I, think of it like, if something will not serve God's purpose, he wouldn't even allow you to come to pass, even if you pray from now to tomorrow about some things. I know that some things we take steps out of disobedience and all that, but there are also some times that those steps you think you are taking out of disobedience, God allows them because at the end, it will still serve his purpose. So take your regrets, your pains, your hurts, your mistakes, take them back to God and ask, like, God, in all these things, like in this whole mess, what do you want to bring out of it? Like, what do you want to turn this around to? And I know that God is going to turn things around. Like, He's going to bring out something out of that situation that you are looking at, that you are feeling like this is a big thing I shouldn't have done with my life. Out of that situation, when you take it to God, it's going to turn it around to bring something beautiful out of it. Like right now, I feel like I feel like there's a beautiful thing that is coming out of, the thing that looked like a regret like just a few months ago. And I want to also encourage you to take that step, to take your regrets to God, take your mistakes to God. And I assure you, He's a God that turns. He's not a God of, that thing we used to say that opportunity comes but once. No, God has a lot of opportunities to make you what He wants you to be. He has a lot of opportunities. His only opportunity is not, He's the God of all opportunities. He's the God that creates those opportunities in the first place. He's not done creating opportunities. He cannot run out of creating opportunities. So take your regrets, your pains, your hurts, your mistakes back to Him and see Him work out something beautiful out of what seems like a mess right now. Thanks for watching. Until we see you in the next video, have a beautiful life, guys. Bye.